Welcome at Darcy Classes Jaipur. Today we are going to understand the UPSC CSC Geoscientist Prelims paper 2. First is the general studies, second is the specific subjects. So in this chapter we are going to understand the geophysics. Okay, so in the geophysics, your first unit is solid earth geophysics. So let's start. So first you understood the syllabus. So syllabus for the prelims is the first topic is introduction of geophysics and its branches. Second, solar system, in which we are studying the origin, formation, characteristics of planets. Okay, then we're going to understand the Earth in form of shape and rotation, gravity and magnetic field. Then we're going to understand the geomagnetism, in which we will study the elements of Earth magnetism, rock and minerals magnetism, elastic. Then we're talking about the elastic waves, which is related to the S wave, P wave, L wave, and its type. Okay, then its propagation characteristics. Then you study the internal structure of the Earth, variation of physical properties in the interior of the Earth. There you need to understand the plate tectonics. Then you need to understand the plate tectonics. Okay, plate tectonics, earthquakes and causes, focal depth, epicenter, intensity and magnitude, scales. Then you need to understand about the Earth energy of earthquakes and seismicity. Then we look about the main syllabus. It is nearly about the same as the prelim syllabus, but we need to see that there is some differences, like the convection current. This part is not in the prelim syllabus. Okay, just a second. Like the thermal history of the heat flow and temperature variation. Variation of the Earth, temperature variation of Earth, convection current, geomagnetism. Okay, so some topics are not in the prelim syllabus, but in a main syllabus. So you need to understand all these topics. Okay, like the parallelomagnetism, polar wandering path, continent drift, sea floor, speeding, and geophysical evidence. Okay, these are the some other new topics like the Adam Williamson equation. This question mostly questions comes from this topic. Okay, so the prelims and main syllabus nearly to the match, but there is some additional topics are added in the main syllabus, like the convection current, thermal, temperature variations, and the Adam-Wilson equations and variation of the physical properties. Okay, there is nothing more. So let's start. Today we will study the first, that is the introduction of geophysics and its branches. So what is geophysics? Generally, these topics relate to the overall summary of your syllabus. If you understand what is the geophysics, you all cover all your syllabus, definitely you will solve it. But to understand, you need to understand this topic. Around to this topic, you got the 2 to 3 questions in every prelims exam. Look at the previous question paper. First to third question, always first, second, third, always be related to this topic, that is introduction of geophysics and the branches. So in this chapter, you will see the question to which type, that is the which branch related to the geophysics, and second, the relation with the methods, which methods is involved in the geophysics, and the which method relate to which topic. Okay, with the methods. So 3 type of question mix from this topic. First, which branches are related to the geophysics. Second, methods, and third, which methods relate to the which study. Okay, so 3 types of questions generally made from these topics. So generally we are studying here. Let's start. What is geophysics? The geophysics is the study of the physical properties as well as process of the Earth. What it means? It means we going to study the physical properties like the surface, subsurface of the Earth, and then we understand what is going to inside the Earth. Okay, so when you talk about the surface of Earth, it means the water and our atmosphere, and we understand about the composition of Earth inside, and process of the Earth. What means it's the rotation, how it is the shape, what is the shape, how it rotates, and how in a composition we understand the magnetic property of the Earth. So all these things we we study in the geophysics. Okay, so let's see the simple example to understand it. Somebody says that water, like the ONGC, this is a company. What is this? It is the it works it to search the oils, petroleum oil. Okay, so from where for that it needs to be understand the composition of the earth, which type of the rocks are existed at which depth. If you understand this thing, you can generally calculate and analyze the material petroleum existed at this place or not. Okay, so this all comes in the geophysics. Okay, so let's see the first. I told you three types of question: branches, methods, and methods related to which. Okay, or sometimes talking about the terminology form. So let's see the branches. The most important branches I written here for you, and others I will share with you a PPT. I will share with you a PDF. Okay. So first we understand some topics or some important branches. The first branch is the seismology. Then we know about the seismic waves. Okay, seismic waves which are the comes from the earth interior, like the primary wave, secondary wave, and love wave. Okay, it is the when it comes about the volcanism and earthquake. So seismology is the study of the propagation of seismic waves as well as the earth interior structure. Okay, that is the two things. Earth interior structure as well as the seismic wave. Propagation of seismic waves we will study in the seismology. Second branch is the geomagnetism. Geomagnetism deals with the earth magnetic field as well as its variation and how it's generated within the earth. Okay, magnetism, how the magnetic field is generated in the earth, it is related to the geomagnetism. So we will be study about it in the geomagnetism. Next is the gravity and gravimetry. Gravity and gravimetry involves the measuring gravitational force and helps in the mapping variation in the earth gravitational field. Next, geoelectricity. Generally, we know that the earth study of the electric properties to the earth's substances to locate the resources such as the groundwater and minerals. So this comes in the ONGC. Also, the water searching place. कहाँ पे पानी ज़्यादा है, ये हमें सर्च करना होता है तो हम जियोइलेक्ट्रिसिटी को कंसिडर कर सकते हैं. Next, remote sensing. This is also the next unit, like unit 6. So it uses the satellite and aerial data to study the Earth's surface, monitor environmental changes, and gathering the geological information. Okay, next we are going to understand GPR, ground penetrating radar. I told you the terminology also comes also make the question. So sometimes they ask about the full form of GPR or the what is related to the ground penetrating radar. So the GPR uses the radar pulses to image the subsurface structure, making it valuable for the archaeological and engineering applications. So archaeological generally use the radar. Which type of ground penetrating radar? GPR. Okay, in which radar pulses to see the images of the surface structure. Next, we are going to understand the marine geophysics. Generally, all the marine ecosystem, the water, ocean. So these branches focus on the study of the earth crust beneath the ocean, include the sea floor, mapping, sea map bottom, profiling, and the understand of marine geological processes. Okay, so it is not only the 7 types of branches. We have a lot of branches. I will show you the PDF. Just a second. I will show you. There is 30 branches. I didn't show you. Okay. So here, look it. This is the history of geophysics. I will share with you, and the tools to understand this. The questions are not coming. That's why I not consider in this lecture. I only told you which is comes and the analysis of the on the basis of analysis of the previous question. So then look at the branches. Like first is the seismology, second geomagnetism, next gravity and gravimetry, next geoelectricity, next geothermal physics, next remote sensing, next ground penetrating radar, next environmental physics, next exploration physics, next atmospheric physics, next marine geophysics, next planetary geophysics, next archaeological geophysics, next marine medical geophysics, next glaciology, next glaciology, next taxonophysics, next engaging geophysics, next different geophysics, next hydrology, hydrogeophysics, next space weathering, next volcanology, next glacial geophysics, next mining geophysics, next oceanography, next climate science, next geohazard assessments, next aerospace geophysics, next geophysical imaging, next archaeological prospects, environmental monitoring, planetary exploration, geophysical data interpretation, geophysics in agriculture, geophysical, geological hazards assessment, cultural heritage preservation, non-destructive testing is very important. Non-destructive testing. Okay, crashtology geophysics is branch focuses. Now the geophysics is the forensic. Geophysics is sport sciences. All these are the branches of the geophysics. Okay, let's see come on the PPT. So these are the many types of the method branches. How will we remember all the 30 to 32 branches? No, we don't need to be understand all the branches. Just remember the marine ecosystems, the above the earth surface and below the surface. This is belong to the surface of earth, and next is the process of the earth. Which branches study about the earth? These are divided into two parts. First is the surfaces of the earth. Next, second is the process of earth. If everything which relates to these two topics it usually belongs to the geophysics. Simple. If you study the earth's surface, if you study the from satellites or from oceanic, from the radar, from the laser, from laser or any type of the system, if you study the earth or the earth's surface or the process of earth, it will be all related to the branches of geophysics. Okay, so these are some examples, some characterization of the geophysics. Remote sensing, marine seismology. Okay, so these are things. Next, what will be going to understand about the methods of the geophysics? Method of geophysics. First type question was come from the branches. Second will be come from the methods of geophysics. I will here written only the some important. First is the seismic method. Seismic method similarly will be studied in the seismic waves. So in the method we koi bhi waves. Generally waves have the two form of which one? First is reflection, generally reflection, and second is the refraction. So reflection will use reflect. It will be the incident and reflected in that medium, similar medium. That is the reflection. So due to the reflection, we can use the measure the distance, and due to the refraction, we can measure the bending. Velocity, generally velocity. Okay, we can measure the velocity when it comes from the one medium to different medium. That's when we can measure the velocity, how we get to change. So generally, in the seismic methods, we study about the seismic reflection as well as seismic reflection. What is the seismic reflection? Seismic reflection involves the sending seismic waves into the ground and measuring its reflection to the determined subsurface structure. And next, seismic reflection measures the bending of the seismic waves at the interface to determine the subsurface velocity structure. Okay, this is a very important method, seismic method. Next is the electrical and electromagnetic method. This is the most important. Every time you understand, you can look at the question related. So, what is the electrical and electromagnetic method? In which you understand the three methods, that is electrical resistivity, induced polarization, and ground penetrating radar. GPR. You have seen the many times the question asked in the UPSC. There is a 2-3 methods. I'm asking you which relate to these electrical methods of geophysics. So generally, people are written just as the electrical method, okay, magnetic method, but they are forgotten about the ground penetrating radar, induced polarization. Polarization to understand that this is related to electricity, so it will be there. But they are forgotten about the ground penetrating radar. So that's why it is very important, and they are continuously asking about. It is also the part of the question. It is a very important look at it. So let's see. The electrical resistivity measures the ability of substance material to conduct the electrical currents to map a geophysical feature. In the induced polarization measures the time it takes for a material to polarize from an electrical current is applied, adding in a mineral polarization. किसी भी एक मटेरियल में हम करंट फ्लो करेंगे, अप्लाई करेंगे, तो कितना टाइम ले रहा है पोलराइज होने में, दैट इज स्टडी इन द इंड्यूस्ड पोलराइजेशन इज द मेथड. And what is the ground penetrating map radar? It is the radar method used to radar waves to image the subsurface features, including the archaeological site. So we have discussed that is GPR is used by the archaeologist, okay, to see the images, subsurface features. Okay, so it is a very important. Understand the name just, not understand what is meaning. Just remember the topics. That is electrical and automatic method involves electrical resistivity, induced polarization, as well as ground penetrating radar. Okay, next question. Next slide. Question भी हमने देख लेंगे अभी. So next is the magnetic method. Magnetic method. So magnetic method generally क्या करते हैं, इसमें magnetic analogy detection में measures the variation in the earth magnetic field to identify subsurface magnetic structure like the ore deposit in the earth magnetic field. Okay. So next we will study the gravity methods. तो इन ग्रेविमेट्री में मेजर करते हैं वेरिएशन इन द नेचुरल इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक फील्ड टू द इन्वेस्टिगेट सबसर्फेस कंडक्टिविटी वेरिएशन. नेक्स्ट इन अ जियो टोपोग्राफी मेथड वी इन्वॉल्व द creating the 3D image of subsurface structure by combining the data from various angles and the sources such as the seismic terminology. Next is the resistivity images. It is very important. Resistivity is important. Here is the resistivity is important. Terminology, tomography, and magnetic and gravity to also be very important, because they are not asking you what is the gravity method. They are asking it is related to the geophysics or not, or sometimes they are asking about the electromagnetic field in which method is useful to the investigate the subsurface of conductivity variations. So conductivity variations, gravity method. To study the earth magnetic field, identify subsurface magnetic structure like the ore deposit, like the magnetic method. So tomography is to create the 3D images of surface structure by combining the data from various angles and the sources. Next, resistivity imaging. The resistivity imaging method used as a specialized lighting method that creates 2D and 3D images of subsurface resistivity variation, useful environmental and groundwater studies. Environmental and groundwater studies. Only use these words, understand these words, remember these words. Okay. Nuclear magnetic resonance NMR, रिलैक्सेशन टाइम जिसे मेजर करते हैं न्यूक्लियर स्पिन से, इसके जरिए हम प्रॉपर्टीज पता कर पाते हैं फ्लूइड की. फ्लूइड कंटेंट हो या कोई प्रॉपर्टी हो, उनकी प्रॉपर्टीज को हम अंडरस्टैंड कर पाते हैं. पृथ्वी के नीचे बहुत सारे लिक्विड फ्लो होते हैं, तो उनकी प्रॉपर्टीज के लिए हम एनएमआर का इस्तेमाल कर लेते हैं. इससे हम रिलैक्सेशन टाइम निकालते हैं, उसके जरिए हम उसको कैलकुलेट कर पाते हैं. नेक्स्ट इज लडार. ओके, लडार leader, that is what is the full form, light detection and ranging. It uses the laser technology to measure the distances to the earth surface and create the detailed topography map. Generally they create the 3D graph, 3D image. Okay, next is the time domain electromagnetism. TDEM measures the response of the subsurfaces of electromagnetic pulses to the investigate conductivity variations. Next thing I not completed here, that is the terminology. When you read the complete the syllabus, then you combine it to make the some short term. That will be very good. That's why I left it here. Just I written remember you how to remember that is isotropic. Isotropic means it exists between the horizontal component of pyrolysis force and the vertical pressure gradient force. This tropic flow is the theoretical event that would result from an exact balance between the pyrolysis force and the pressure gradient force. The geophysics went directly parallel to the isobar. So you can write many of the terminology after completing your syllabus. Otherwise, you will not understand. Okay, so collected all the problems. Okay, so in this topic, 2 to 3 questions are asking every prelims exam. Okay, that is related to with the methods and branches. So let's see the some previous year question. Okay. So first question is, which of the following methods is or are appropriate for archaeological investigation? We have discussed right now. So option first, A, your method is the ground penetrating radar method. Second, electric resistivity method. Third, electromagnetic method. And fourth, gravity. Select the correct answer using the code. Option A है first and second. That means ground penetrating radar method and electric resistivity method. Second option B है 2 and 3 only. Option C है fourth only. और option D है 1 to 3 only. हमने अभी इसको स्टडी किया है और मैंने आपको साफ साफ बताया था कि ऐसे क्वेश्चन कैसे कंफ्यूजन डालते हैं आपको. आर्कियोलॉजी है, जीपीआर है, रडार सिस्टम यूज करेगा आर्कियोलॉजी, अभी हमने डिस्कस किया करेगा. ठीक, जीपीआर, रडार सिस्टम, जीपीआर तो वो तो हो गया. अब जीपीआर रिलेट किससे करता है? इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक से करता है, इलेक्ट्रिक एंड इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक मेथड. और इलेक्ट्रिक मैग्नेटिक में क्या क्या आता है? इंड्यूस्ड एंड इलेक्ट्रिक. लेकिन क्या इसमें ग्रेविटी है? नहीं, आर्कियोलॉजिकल ग्रेविटी इस्तेमाल नहीं करता है. तो 1 and 2 and 3 आप अपने साइड आंसर बताइए, फिर मैं आंसर बताता हूँ. ये तो समझा दिया मैंने पहले ही आपको. चलिए आंसर कीजिए, क्लियर कीजिए. लेट्स सी द आंसर. ओके, व्हाई वेस्ट योर टाइम? ऑप्शन बी. I told you that is the, when talking about the archaeologists, that is GPR, ground penetrating radar. GPR is the part of the electric and electromagnetic. तो इसमें भी तीन है, GPR है, इंड्यूस्ड है एंड पोलराइजेशन है. इंड्यूस्ड पोलराइजेशन है और इलेक्ट्रिक मेथड है. ठीक, तो फर्स्ट सेकंड एंड थर्ड आर द very appropriate methods for the archaeological investigation. Okay, so it is your option is the third. That is the explanation है कि method used in the geophysical exploration, that is a magnetic, gravity, seismic reflection, etc. These all are the types of, I written here all, but understand that is gravity is not the for the archaeological investigation. Okay, next question. Which one of the following is not a principal subdivision of the geophysics? Principal subdivision of geophysics. I told you branches. So which branch is not related to the principal subdivision of geophysics? Seismology, meteorology, terrestrial magnetism and petrology. तुक्का मारो, जो करो करो, फिर आंसर बताता हूँ आपको. देखो 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 कौन सा है which not related to the not of physical principal subdivision of geophysics. Your answer is B. That is the subdivision of geophysics is the meteorology, seismology, terrestrial magnetism, gravity and geodesy, tectonophysics, hydrology and gyratometer. Which you notice that is a petrology. It is not the principal subdivision of geophysics. Okay, it is related to the petroleum, but it is not the principal subdivision. Okay, it is the derived subdivision of geophysics, petrology. Next question. Which one of the following types of the interaction is insignificant between the elementary particle but becomes the prominent in the study of the astrophysics and cosmology? Option A है strong interaction, option B है weak interaction, option C है electromagnetic interaction, option D है gravitational interaction. Which one of the following types of interaction is insignificant between the elementary particles but comes in prominent in the study of the astrophysics and cosmology? Very simple. एलिमेंट्री पार्टिकल्स के अंदर इसका कोई इंपॉर्टेंस नहीं होता है, बट जब व्हेन यू स्टडी अबाउट द एस्ट्रोफिजिक्स एंड कॉस्मोलॉजी इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. इज प्लेयर द वेरी प्रोमिनेंट रोल. सो व्हिच वन इज स्ट्रॉन्ग इंटरेक्शन? एस्ट्रोफिजिक्स में आती है क्या कहीं पे? एस्ट्रोफिजिक्स एंड कॉस्मोलॉजी में स्ट्रॉन्ग इंटरेक्शन, वीक इंटरेक्शन, दिस आर द डिफिकल्ट पॉइंट. इट इज नॉट यूजफुल. ओके, इन एस्ट्रोफिजिक्स एंड कॉस्मोलॉजी दैट इज इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक इंटरेक्शन एंड द ग्रेविटेशनल. सो इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक इंटरेक्शन, एलिमेंट्री पार्टिकल्स एंड ग्रेविटेशनल. आंसर बताइए, बहुत सिंपल क्वेश्चन है ये आपका है, ग्रेविटेशनल इंटरेक्शन. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. विच इज नॉट अ ब्रांच ऑफ जियोफिजिक्स? ऑप्शन ए है प्लूटोलॉजी, ऑप्शन बी है सिस्मोलॉजी, ऑप्शन सी हाइड्रोलॉजी, ऑप्शन डी है टोपोग्राफिक सर्विंग एंड मैपिंग. मैंने आपको 30 लिस्ट दिए थे, उसमें से आप आराम समझ सकते हैं. हाइड्रोलॉजी क्या है? वाटर की स्टडी कर रहा है. वाटर कहाँ है? सरफेस के ऊपर. वाटर सरफेस के ऊपर, दैट इज रिलेटेड टू द जियोफिजिक्स. सेस्मोलॉजी सेस्मिक वेव्स जो पृथ्वी के नीचे से निकल रही है, तो उनकी प्रोसेस के बारे में रिलेटेड टू द प्रोसेस ऑफ अर्थ. नेक्स्ट टोपोग्राफी सर्विंग एंड मैपिंग एंड अदर ऑप्शन इज प्लूटोलॉजी. आंसर बताइए. दैट इज ऑप्शन इज ए प्लूटोलॉजी. प्लूटोलॉजी इज द स्टडी ऑफ वेल्थ. इट इज नॉट रिलेटेड टू द जियोफिजिक्स. व्हाई प्लूटोलॉजी इज द स्टडी ऑफ द वेल्थ, मनी. So that is here. So what is explanation? There is the many branches of geophysics like seismology, It relates to the earthquakes and elastic waves. Geothermometrics, heating of earth, heat flows, hydrology, groundwater and surface water, glaciology, meteorology, gravity, terrestrial magnetism, technophysics. Okay, there are lots of branches. I will share with you the our files. Okay, next question. Which branch of geophysics deals with the internal structure of Earth? Internal structure of Earth. Option A, active reflection seismic. Option B है active refraction. Option C है passive seismology and option D है magnetotellurics. ओके, बहुत सिंपल है. ऐसा कि दोस्तों इंटरनल स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ अर्थ, इंटरनल स्ट्रक्चर नीचे जाना है. ओके, तो कौन सा इस्तेमाल करेंगे? रिफ्लेक्शन और रिफ्रैक्शन अभी स्टडी किया था हम लोगों ने. उसके बाद आपको आंसर बताता हूँ इसका. बहुत सिंपल, अभी हमने बताया. रिफ्लेक्शन का ऊपर डीप निकालने के लिए करते हैं या वेलोसिटी. इसको आपके लिए छोड़ता हूँ. बहुत सिंपल, अभी मैंने इसको आंसर पढ़ाते हुए बताया था कि कौन सा. चलिए नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन देखते हैं. What geophysical method is commonly used to study the Earth's interior structure, particularly in seismology? Option A है magnetic survey, option B है ground penetrating radar, option C है seismic reflection, and option D है electrical resistivity. What geophysical method is commonly used to study the Earth's interior structure? Earth interior structure के लिए कौन सा मेथड इस्तेमाल करते हैं? इन सेस्मोलॉजी. तो बता भी दिया है सब कुछ. अभी मैं आपको यही क्वेश्चन छोड़ के आ रहा हूँ पीछे. अर्थ इंटरनल स्ट्रक्चर के लिए कौन सा इस्तेमाल करते हैं? रिफ्लेक्शन या रिफ्रैक्शन. तो रिफ्रैक्शन इमीडिएट चेंज होता है, वहां पर हम वेलोसिटी निकालते हैं. इंटरनल के लिए डिप्थ निकालने के लिए हम रिफ्लेक्टर यूज करते हैं. रिफ्लेक्ट होता हुआ पृथ्वी के नीचे ही जाती है, तो उससे हम डिप्थ निकाल पाते हैं. दैट इज अ रिफ्लेक्शन. तो यहाँ पे ऑप्शन सी होना चाहिए. देखते हैं ऑप्शन. ऑप्शन दैट इज सी, seismic reflection. Seismic reflection involves the sending the seismic waves into the ground and measuring their reflection to determine subsurface structure. It is a fundamental technique in seismology, the study of the Earth's interior. Okay. Next question. Which geophysical method is primarily used in the mineral? I think that's the wrong type. Okay. So it is not. So which geophysical method is primarily used in a mineral exploration to locate oil deposit based on the variation in magnetic field? I think your previous question is indeed. Okay, so your PIQ question is completed. We have only here तक, यहाँ तक था PIQ क्वेश्चन. इसके बाद हम आपको कुछ एग्जाम्पल्स क्वेश्चन दे रहे हैं, इससे आप समझिए. ठीक, ये आपने एग्जाम्पल क्वेश्चन में आ गया. Primarily used in the now. Which geophysical method is primarily used in the mineral exploration to locate oil deposits based on the variation in the magnetic field? देखते हैं कितना आपने मेथड को समझा है. बस आपको नाम याद रखना है और कौन सा क्या रिलेट करता है. ठीक, तो मैंने आपको 5-6 ही बताए थे, बाकी आपको पीडीएफ में दे दूंगा. तो which geophysical method is primarily used in the mineral exploration to locate ore deposits based on the variation in the magnetic field? ऑप्शन ए है इलेक्ट्रिक रेसिस्टिविटी, ऑप्शन बी है ग्राउंड पेनिट्रेटिंग रडार, ऑप्शन सी है मैग्नेटोटेलुरिक्स एंड ऑप्शन डी है मैग्नेटिक सर्वे. तो जीपीआर यूज किया जाता है किसमें? आर्कियोलॉजिस्ट के जरिए एक्सप्लोर द और लोकेट. आंसर बताइए इसका. नेक्स्ट देखते हैं आंसर. ऑप्शन डी है मैग्नेटिक सर्वे. Magnetic surveys measures the variation in the Earth's magnetic field to identify the subsurface magnetic structure, making it valuable for locating our deposit. Okay. Next question. What geophysical method is suitable for studying the changes in the Earth's magnetic field due to the geological feature or mineral deposit? Option A है induced polarization, option B है seismic reflection, option D है C है well logging and option D है magnetic survey. क्या बोला है? सुटेबल फॉर द स्टडिंग चेंजेस इन द अर्थ मैग्नेटिक फील्ड ड्यू टू जियोलॉजिकल फीचर ऑन मिनरल डिपॉजिट. आंसर है दैट इज मैग्नेटिक सर्वे. अभी हमने इसको ऊपर देखा था, तो इसको पूरा समझिए. देखिए इसी में आपका आंसर मिल जाएगा. मैंने इसीलिए लाइन छाट के लिखा है आपके लिए. seismic reflection involves sending seismic waves into the ground and measuring their reflection to determine the subsurface. It is a fundamental seismology and study of the earth interior. यहाँ पे देखिए अर्थ इंटीरियर used in the mineral exploration to locate ore deposit based on the variation of the magnetic field. Magnetic field की study करना है, that is related to the reflection. Magnetic survey है. Magnetic survey is used to detect the variation in earth field, that is earth magnetic field caused by the geological feature, mineral deposits or other surface magnetic structure. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, एयरबोर्न लीडर bathymetry is used to. ऑप्शन ए है मेजर वेरिएशन इन अर्थ मैग्नेटिक फील्ड, ऑप्शन बी है स्टडी अंडरग्राउंड वाटर फ्लो, ऑप्शन सी है मैप अंडर वाटर टोपोग्राफी एंड bathymetry, एंड ऑप्शन डी है मेजर सब सरफेस इलेक्ट्रिकल रेसिस्टिविटी। आंसर सोचिए क्या होगा। एयरबोर्न लीडर बैथोमीटर इज यूज। ऑप्शन है मैप अंडर वाटर टोपोग्राफी एंड बैथोग्राफी। ऑप्शन सी इज करेक्ट, मैप अंडर वाटर, और ऑप्शन सी इज करेक्ट। ऑप्शन सी इज करेक्ट, मैप अंडर वाटर टोपोग्राफी एंड बैथोमेट्री। एक्सप्लेनेशन है कि एयरबोर्न लीडर बैथोमेट्री कंबाइंस लीडर टेक्नोलॉजी विद हाइड्रोग्राफिक मेजरमेंट्स टू मैप द अंडर वाटर टोपोग्राफी एंड बैथोमेट्री, providing the data on the shape of the sea floor. Okay, next question. So thank you for watching, and you can look get the PDF from this link. तो अगर आपके पास पीपीटी चला जाता है तो उसमें आप इसको लिख कर पाएंगे, नहीं जाता है तो आप जल्दी इसको लिख सकते हैं आराम से, बहुत ज़्यादा कोई लंबा नहीं है। लिख करके भी ओपन करेंगे तो ये ड्राइव फाइल है, ओपन हो जाएगी, उसमें आप वो पूरी फाइल दिख जाएगी। जल्दी मैं आपको ऐसे दिखा देता हूँ। तो पी आई को हमने 40 पी आई को अपने डाल दिए हैं, आप देख लीजिए आंसर, मैं आपको शो कर देता हूँ। तो देखिए, देयर इज अ मेथड्स, जियोफिजिक्स मेथड, सेस्मिक मेथड, टू टाइप्स, इलेक्ट्रिकल एंड इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मेथड, मैग्नेटिक मेथड, ग्रेविटी मेथड, इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक मेथड। क्या काम आता है इसका? वेरिएशन इन द नेचुरल इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक फील्ड टू इन्वेस्टिगेट सब सरफेस कंडक्टिविटी, वेल लॉगिंग टू डिटरमाइन द लिथियोलॉजी, प्रोमोसिटी एंड फ्लूइड कंटेंट। बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं पढ़ना है आपको, हर चीज़ पढ़ने लगे इसके बारे में, कौन सा क्वेश्चन किस तरह से पूछा जाता है सिर्फ वो पढ़िए। हमने बहुत ज्यादा एनालाइज करके आपको बताया इसको, ये बहुत ज्यादा एनालाइज करके पेपर बनाया। ठीक, देखिए ग्राउंड बेस्ड जियोफिजिकल सर्वे में क्या देखते हैं? टू स्टडी द जियोलॉजिकल एंड एनवायरमेंटल फीचर, इन्वायरमेंटल एंड जियोलॉजिकल फीचर, बस। हीट फ्लो में क्या देखते हैं? अंडरस्टैंड द सरफेस थर्मल प्रॉपर्टी। नेक्स्ट रेडियोमेट्रिक मेथड्स में इन्वेस्टिगेट द कंपोजिशन एंड एज ऑफ रॉक्स एंड मिनरल्स। बोरहोल जियोफिजिक्स में क्या देखते हैं? टू डिटरमाइन द इंफॉर्मेशन अबाउट द सब सरफेस प्रॉपर्टीज एंड स्ट्रक्चर। सैटेलाइट एंड प्लैनेटरी जियोफिजिक्स में टू स्टडी द सेलेस्टियल बॉडीज एज प्लैनेट्स एंड मून। इन सेस्मो इलेक्ट्रिक मेथड्स में टू इन्वेस्टिगेट सब सरफेस प्रॉपर्टीज एंड फ्लूइड कंटेंट। इन पैसिव सेस्मिक मॉनिटरिंग में टू स्टडी द सब सरफेस प्रॉपर्टीज इंक्लूडिंग द पॉजिबल क्रस्टल स्पेस। एंड इन मरीन जियोफिजिकल सर्वे में techniques used like the marine seismic profiling, marine magnetic and marine gravity survey are used to study the sea floor and underlying the geological structure. Pattern analysis may analyze the frequency content of geophysical data to extract the information about the subsurface properties. Tomography to involve the creating the 3D images of subsurface structure by combining the data from various angles and sources such as the seismic tomography. Comparison techniques, mathematical algorithms are applied to geophysical data to reconstruct the subsurface properties and structure. Next, resistivity, imaging or specialized electrical methods that create 2D and 3D images of subsurface resistivity variation useful in environmental and groundwater studies. These all airborne geophysics to collect the geophysical data over large areas, particularly for the mineral exploration and environmental studies. NMR to determine the properties like the porosity and fluid content. Well seismic to create a comprehensive subsurface model. LIDAR to measure the distance of the Earth's surface and create the detailed topography map. Ambient seismic noise monitoring by background noise, seismic vibration caused by the various sources, providing insight into the subsurface properties. Well-bore seismic to create the high resolution image of the subsurface structure. Time domain electromagnetism measures the responses of subsurfaces to electromagnetism pulse to investigate the conductivity. कंडक्टिविटी देखिए दो तीन मैच किए, कंडक्टिविटी के लिए TEM है और एक और था रेसिस्टिविटी। So that is the two methods for the conductivity. So they are asking the very understanding of छाड़ के पूछते हैं वन लाइन में कौन सा किससे रिलेट कर रहा है। उस बात से पूछते हैं कंडक्टिविटी के लिए कौन कौन से मेथड रिलेट है, तो रिलेट करते हैं। तो दैट इज द टाइम डोमेन इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिज्म, और दूसरा है रेसिस्टिविटी, तीसरा आ जाएगा इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिज्म। तो इस तरह से बहुत सारे ऑप्शन बनाए जा सकते हैं। नेक्स्ट पैसिव मैग्नेटिक सर्वे, इट इज डिटेक्ट द मैग्नेटिक एनोलॉजी विच कैन इंडिकेट द जियोलॉजिकल स्ट्रक्चर और मिनरल डिपॉजिट। एयरबोर्न हाइड्रोकोस्टिक सर्वे फॉर मैपिंग a sea floor, studying marine ecosystem, locating submerged objects. Next, geophysical data integration, okay, for a comprehensive understanding of subsurfaces, surface properties, artificial intelligence, and machine learning uses to process and interpret the large geophysical data sets and make the predictions. These are the your methods. Okay, you can look at. We have written all the things in this paper in my notes. Also, you can look here the 40 numerical questions. Answering questions. You can practice the questions. That is what is geophysical method is commonly used to study the Earth's interior surface structure, particularly that is a seismic reflection. हमने अभी study किया. Next, which geophysical method is primarily used in the mineral exploration to locate the deposit based on the variation in magnetic field? That is a magnetic survey. Next, what geophysical method is used to detect the buried archaeological features like the ancient walls or the artifacts without excavation? Which one? Option A seismic reflection, option B ground penetrating radar, option C electrical resistivity, option D gravimetry. So right option is a B, that is ground penetrating radar. Next है in geophysics, what does the term gravimetry refers to? Option A measure to electrical resistivity, option B है measurement of gravitational force, option C है measurement of seismic waves, option D है measurement of rotation. Right option is the B, that is the measurement of the gravitational force, that is related to the gravimetry. Next, which geophysical method is used to investigate the subsurface conductivity variation by measuring the natural electromagnetic fields? Option A electrical resistivity, option B seismic reflection, option C है magnetocaloric, option D है ground penetrating radar. So option is right option is magnetocaloric. Next question है what is the primary application of borehole physics? Option A monitoring earthquakes, option B है detecting mineral deposit, option C accessing well water quality, option D collecting data from the boreholes to study the surface properties. The correct option is B, that is collecting data from boreholes to study the subsurface properties. Next question. Which geophysical techniques involve the use of the nuclear radiation to determine the properties like the porosity and fluid content in subsurface materials? Your option है A